This thing on? Yep, we are rolling. Welcome back to the Modern Creative Podcast. It is I, Alberto. How are you doing? I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. What's up? What's going on, guys? We are doing a solo pod right now. And let's do a quick little life update. Let's get it going. I haven't been doing much, just a ton of editing, a lot of editing actually. Planning a few shoots for the next few days and next week and a few months from now too as well. A lot of game planning, a lot of scheming. So that's all I've been doing. And other than that, the other highlight that I can only think of is I went to the dentist for the first time in like 3 years. And before you guys start killing me, calling me pig and disgusting, your boy didn't have insurance, so I had to kind of just figure it out and just brush my teeth like 3 to 4 times a day. Nah, probably like 2 to 3 times a day. And but when I went to the actual dentist and I got checked out for the cleaning, the dentist was really shocked how nice my teeth were. They're like, dude, you sure you haven't been here for 3 years? Because it looks pretty damn good. It looks like you've been going to a cleanup every 2 months. So that's cool. Still have 0 cavities in my lifetime. So that's awesome. And I'm really proud of that. And the key to that is having an electric toothbrush. Electric toothbrush is the way to go. Other than that, like I said, editing and all that good stuff. But I'm going to go straight to it. I want to knock this out the park right now. So today's topic is going to be on, I'm going to give you guys 5 tips to start your video or photography business. What are my key 5 tips for beginners? If you're looking to do it full-time or even part-time, you still have the 9 to 5 and you want to create a side hustle, these 5 tips will apply to you. So let's get into it. Tip number 1, learn the camera basics. Learn how to use your camera. Get to know your camera from the in and out, all the hotkeys, all the buttons, all the menus. Learn how to, if you're a videographer, learn how to shoot with a variety of picture profiles from log to cine profiles to, I guess, straight out the camera colors, and learn how to edit. Get used to the footage, get used to color manipulation, just get used to which lenses you like, which other pieces of gear you like to use. Do you like to film handheld? Do you like to film in a gimbal? Do you like to use tripods? Get to know the camera. I feel like a lot of creatives are just trying to shoot the cool buttery slow motion, and like the wave that's going on Instagram that I'm kind of sick of at this point is the speed ramping. Specifically for cars, they shoot a car that's like literally just sitting there because you can't do much with the car unless you're shooting it while it's driving and whatnot. But they just shoot in slow motion in 60 frames or whatever, and then just speed ramp that. Learn how to properly use slow motion. Learn how to when's the correct time to shoot 24 frames per second or 30 frames per second. Get to know the camera and film everything. And if you're a photographer, shoot everything. I mean, literally everything. When I first got my camera, I was shooting everything. Like literally anything you could think of. I would just have my camera and shoot. I go to the pier and then shoot like surfers, or I shoot the seagulls. I shoot anything, and just to get to know the camera a little bit more. The more you practice, the more familiar you're going to be with your camera. And there comes in time where you're in an actual production shoot where time is so fast, like you need to move fast and you need to know how to use your camera correctly and efficient as possible. You don't want to be digging into your menu system for 10 minutes trying to find a certain feature. So really get to know your camera. When I first started, again, with my 6300, at that time, Sony's had the worst menu system possible. Every YouTuber would say like Sony is the worst when it comes to the menus. Canon's so easy and user-friendly. Nikon the same way. But Sony, for some reason, was so in-depth that it was just hard to manage. So now the newer cameras, you could create what I use a lot is there's a favorites menu list. So I add all the stuff that I usually look for. So it's all in one page, so I don't have to dig into like subfolders after subfolders. So it just makes life easier. I use a ton of my hotkeys. Each button that I have it programmed to a specific setting that I need to. I have a setting to I have like a 1, 2, 3 dialer. 1 is my 24 frames per second, 2 is my 60 frames per second, and then 3 is my 4K 120 frames per second. So I do that a lot where I don't waste time digging into the camera. I just know what to do. I know where each key is at. And so this goes back to getting to know your camera. And like I said, shoot everything. So by the time you'll figure out what you like to shoot, what you don't like to shoot. Okay. Now, once you figure out how to use your camera, you figure out the best editing software for you. For the most part, photographers are using Lightroom, Adobe Lightroom. I know there's other programs out there. I'm not quite familiar with them, but generally speaking, I'd say like 90% of photographers, at least the people that I know and that I work with, they all use Photoshop and Lightroom. So yeah, as far as videography goes, for the most part, I know a lot of videographers that use the Adobe systems, Adobe Premiere Pro. If you have Apple, Final Cut is also a good one. And the wave right now is DaVinci Resolve. I know there's a free version out there if you want to check it out. And I'm noticing a trend of people flipping from Adobe or Final Cut, and they're jumping onto the DaVinci Resolve program. And it's supposed to be really amazing to use, specifically for color grading. It's like the best tool out there from what I understand. I've been thinking about tweaking and trying it out for a little bit, but it's like, man, do I really want to take the time to learn another software when I'm already efficient with Adobe Premiere? And the people that I work with also use Adobe Premiere. So I don't know. It's just something I'm thinking about right now. But if you're new, doesn't hurt to try DaVinci. It's free. Like I said, there's a free version out there, and then the pro versions, I believe, is like $300, and it's a one-time payment, which that's the advantage they have over Adobe, where Adobe is a subscription-based model. So tip number 2, if you do not have any clients or you're looking to have some clients, reach out to local businesses. Reach out to like mom and pop shops, restaurant. Maybe your favorite mom and pop shop restaurant or barber or tattoo artist, anything. And reach out to them like, hey, I'm starting off. I would love to create a free video for you. If you let me do it, they're most likely going to say yes because they need video content. And if they could take the opportunity to have a free video social media reel, they're going to take it, trust me. So send them a DM on Instagram and just say, hey, I would love to create a video for you at no charge. And then if you do like the video, maybe in the future we could create something when it comes to like actually getting yourself paid and whatnot. So just reach out, or if you really don't want to do it for free, ask for something crazy. Like, let's say, hey, I'm willing to do this video for you for $100. Most likely people could afford $100 for a video, and that's dirt cheap. So like, I think my first wedding, so when I first started, I was kind of shooting a variety of things, and another creator reached out to me and said, hey, I need help with this wedding. Do you mind filming the wedding for me? He was doing photography, and I'm like, sure, let's do it. And I think the pay was like $100, and I mean, it's like nothing, but I was willing to do it for free because I knew I wanted the wedding experience and just get my foot in the door. Now I don't really do weddings anymore, but at the time, like I said, this goes back to step number 1. I'm shooting literally everything. I'm saying yes to everything, and I'm trying to figure out what I like, what I don't like, and I'm also getting paid too. So it's like another lane that I would always do a lot. I would do a lot of music videos when I first started, and I quickly learned I just stopped liking. I stopped liking it. It was just too much work for zero to little pay. And I just knew I wanted a more professional environment where it's a little bit more organized, a bigger production. So, and I just don't have the eye to creating music videos, in my opinion. So I was real with myself, having a conversation within myself. They're like, hey, I don't want to do music videos because I'm not passionate about it. And it's not fair for the artist to book me if I don't really care about that. Once again, reach out to mom and pop shops. Especially if you're doing it for zero to little pay, you have less pressure in executing it, and you have less pressure not by executing. What I mean is you have less pressure to make it as perfect as possible because you're probably run gunning the shoot yourself. You probably don't have lights. You probably don't even have a gimbal. You're probably shooting in handheld. So do the best work you can with what you got, and they're most likely going to like it because for the most part, mom and pop shops are filming in an iPhone, and they don't even know how to use the iPhone correctly, so it's going to come out shitty regardless. So your video will be a huge upgrade, and they're going to be grateful for it, and hopefully in the future you create that good relationship, and then they start paying you in the future for future videos and whatnot. So that's that. Step number 3, create a business account. What I mean by that is have a separate Instagram page account, or have a business YouTube page or a business Facebook page. What I have right now is I have my personal page, and I also have a business Instagram page. So I like to keep the things separate. There's certain things on my personal account that I don't want to share when it comes to like the business side. Once in a blue moon, I do share business stuff like shoots and whatnot, but you want to keep them separated. At least for me. I know some people are thriving keeping it all in one page, but I know some people that are really killing it by keeping their personal account and business account separate. So yeah, there you're able to promote your work there. I highly recommend everyone to start a YouTube channel. Even if you don't want to do what I'm doing right here, speaking to the camera, you could at least post your work into the YouTube channel, and you could just, if you don't want to put it out for the world, then you could just always unlist the video. And so whenever you do have a website, or you want to show someone your work through an email or a text message or DM, you could copy and paste that YouTube link, which is the highest quality, and then you send it to them so they can have an idea of what it looks like. Because for the most part, a lot of people like myself, I'm posting vertical content on my business Instagram account, and some people may want to see a long form video, like a standard video, like a 9:16 or 16:9 video. And so I usually send them my website, which has all my YouTube videos that are not out for the public, but it's embedded into the website. So whoever has access to that, either the website or the specific link, they're able to see the videos that are not listed for the public, if that makes any kind of sense. So yeah, definitely start a YouTube channel or a Vimeo, but Vimeo will charge you after you hit a max capacity when it comes to storage. So just use YouTube, in my opinion. You're not doing films anyway. So yeah, stick to the YouTube channel. It's a lot easier and it's free. Step number 4, network, and network. They say your network is your net worth. I don't know if I said that right, but I think you get the gist of it. Be a cool individual. Be someone that people want to work with. Be courteous, be nice, be polite, be friendly. Be professional, show up on time. If you say you're going to have a certain edits done at a certain date, have that done at that certain date. Don't say if you're gonna, okay, I got this video done and I just got done shooting a video, and then you're gonna most likely overpromise, and you're gonna say, yeah, I could get this video done within 48 hours. Yeah, some people could do that, but if it's within the 48-hour marker, and then you send them a DM like, hey, actually I got busy, can I extend for another 2 days? That's not professional. That is very amateur, and you look like a typical videographer from just that promotes her stuff on Instagram. So take your word seriously. If you say you're going to do something at a certain time frame, make sure you do that right and you send it correctly. So yeah, I think one thing that's been working out for me is that I'm very communicative. I don't know if I said that right. I'm very strong when it comes to communicating. I believe in over communicating, if that. So there is no gray area. There is no, well, did he mean this or did he mean that? I like to be direct and plain and simple, plain English as well. And if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to freaking do it and do it right. So that's one thing that there's some of the feedback that I've gotten from previous clients that have worked with me or still work with me is that I'm very punctual with my work. So do it right, man. But as far as networking goes, if you show them a great experience, they're going to refer you to a lot more people. I'd say 95% of my work is through references and social media. So I'm not paying for social ads. I'm not paying for SEO. So like a lot of my work is through word of mouth essentially. And just be a cool individual person, be professional, show up on time, take yourself serious, and then they will take you a lot serious. And then from there, they're going to spread your name to other colleagues of theirs, and then you're just gonna branch out like that. So networking is huge. If you don't have a strong network, maybe go to a networking event. There's networking events every month all over the US or wherever you're at. So look up Facebook groups. They also have networking events in Facebook groups. So show up. I know it's a little awkward. You got to get yourself uncomfortable for you to succeed. So yeah, man. And step number 5 is start promoting your packages. Once you start having momentum and you have clients that are working with you, you want to offer them a package that's going to be hard for them to say no. So if you want to do like, hey, that one-off video was really cool. Do you have anything else that you provide? You could say, yeah, I actually provide 4 social media reels and 4 YouTube videos for X amount of dollars, and or vice versa. Do whatever you want. There's a million ways to make this happen. So the more you practice or do a lot of research and find out who your target audience is, who is it that you want to work with, and then from there you could cater to them and then make custom packages for them. So yeah, I know it's very broad, guys. But if you have any questions, feel free to send me a DM. I appreciate all the DMs I'm getting, by the way. I have had a lot of people asking me specific questions from certain topics we've touched in the past, and I go in a little bit more depth with it. So if you have a question or anything like that, send me a DM or send me an email, whatever you guys want to do. Other than that, I think I'm going to cut it right here, guys. We're running at almost 20 minutes. So yeah, like I said, step number 1, know your camera. Step number 2, reach out to local businesses. Step number 3, promote your work. Step number 4, network. That's like the big one. And step number 5, start creating packages, custom packages to your clients. And yeah, that's all I got right now, from the top of my head at least. I'm pretty sure I'm going to remember some new things that I should have said while I'm showering or at the gym or something like that, but it is what it is. If you like this video, if you like this podcast episode, please give it a like on YouTube, give it a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts, and a comment. And if you're on Spotify, share it on your stories. I recommend all you guys sharing on your stories. I appreciate the love, guys. Oh, by the way, part of the life update that I wanted to say, I started putting my work. This goes back to promoting your work. I started posting my work on at least my Instagram reels on YouTube Shorts and TikTok. And bro, that is blowing up right now. Like, it's doing way better numbers than my Instagram account, and I have a larger Instagram following there. So YouTube Shorts is definitely the wave right now. They say that YouTube Shorts is what TikTok used to be 4 years ago when it first started to blow up. And even TikTok's doing crazy. Like right now, like I don't have the app myself. My wife is running the account. I heard a podcast say about, dude, my podcast blew up on TikTok. So I'm like, yo, I need you to start this podcast TikTok and start flooding the streets with the content. And we're getting great numbers and great following. So it's moving pretty fast, and I'm pretty proud of all the work I'm doing. I'm posting every single day. I appreciate all you guys that are listening, consuming, and taking the knowledge and just fucking with me, man. Seriously. I'm going to cut it right here. I'll catch you in the next episode. Peace.